kingdom of Eubacteria or true bacteria sounds incredibly boring, but actually it's kinda interesting. Eubacteria, like their archaeobacteria relatives, are prokaryotic. This makes them look very different from eukaryotic organisms like cactuses or fish. Don't think that archaebacteria and eubacteria are the same though. Archaebacteria are only found in the most extreme environments, like the salty Dead Sea or the frigid Antarctic ice. The majority of bacteria that you encounter on a day-to-day basis are eubacterian. Bacteria in yogurt, salmonella, and strep throat are all examples of eubacteria. Eubacteria also have cell walls made out of peptidoglycan, while archaebacteria do not. There are many different phyla in the kingdom of Eubacteria, but some of the main groups of phyla include Spirochetes, Chlamydias, Cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, Protobacteria, and gram-positive bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria is a small group of bacteria that makes a violet color when gram-stained because of their thicker cell walls. Gram-staining is a method of distinguishing gram-positive bacteria from the other four categories of gram-negative bacteria, which display a red color when stained.
Eubacteria are unicellular prokaryotic organisms. Their cell walls are composed of an important chemical called peptidoglycan. The walls are significantly thicker in gram-positive bacteria than in gram-negative bacteria. This will be touched upon later. Like most prokaryotic organisms, eubacteria have circular chromosomes in DNA as opposed to linear types in eukaryotic organisms. Genetic exchange between eubacteria is both uni and bidirectional.
One characteristic of eubacteria is its classification of either gram-positive or gram-negative. The main difference between these groups is the structure of their cell walls. Gram-negative bacteria have stronger, more impenetrable cell walls with a thin peptidoglycan layer, while gram-positive bacteria have weaker cell walls. To determine whether a bacteria is gram-positive or gram-negative, you can dye or stain the bacteria and observe the differences after they are washed with alcohol. While both eubacteria and archaebacteria are prokaryotic, they have many differences. Eubacteria are generally more complex and abundant, living in a massive range of habitats. They are found in plants, food, animals, humans, and in most normal environments. Archaebacteria are older than eubacteria, thus have the ability to live in extreme environments such as salt lakes and hot springs. Archaea and eubacteria also have different cell wall compositions.
One type of eubacteria that has been especially important to human history is the Yersinia pestis, better known as the bubonic plague. This tiny gram-positive bacteria wrought havoc on medieval Europe and killed a third of the continent's population in just 7 years. Yersinia pestis is a classic example of a eubacterium in that it is unicellular and its cell wall is composed of the chemical peptidoglycan. In addition, Yersinia pestis is gram-negative, meaning that it has a particularly strong cell wall and is less prone to attacks from antibodies, making it all the more deadly. Another noteworthy form of eubacteria can be found in the genus Salmonella. These rod-shaped bacteria are split into two different species, Salmonella bongori and Salmonella enterica, both of which cause conditions such as typhoid fever and food poisoning. Like Yersinia pestis, Salmonella is unicellular and its cell walls are made of peptidoglycan. People tend to think of bacteria as disease-causing germs, and frequently they're right. However, the ability of bacteria to help humans ranges from providing us with vital vaccines to cleaning up oil spills to making dairy products such as milk, cheese, and yogurt. The eubacteria in dairy products are known as lactic acid and help convert lactose to protein, providing us with important nutrients. Like other bacteria, lactic acid are, you guessed it, unicellular, and their cell walls are composed of peptidoglycan. Eubacteria are so numerous and so diverse that they can be found pretty much anywhere there is life, which is part of what makes them so interesting and so important. Even though we generally associate eubacteria with disease and death, they can also be quite useful. We couldn't have ice cream, for example, without them. And in the end, eubacteria are a vital part of life on Earth.